Imagine everything you've ever been told about success is wrong. Think about it. From a young age, we're bombarded with messages about teamwork, collaboration, and community. We hear it in school, in work meetings, in motivational speeches. Together, we achieve more. But what if I told you that's the biggest myth keeping you from unlocking your full potential? What if the real key to success lies in mastering the art of being alone? Let me paint a picture for you. Some of the greatest minds and achievers in history, Albert Einstein, Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, and countless others, didn't rely on massive teams or communities to birth their world-changing ideas. No, these people found their strength in solitude, where their ideas could flourish without the interference of outside voices. Yet, society tells you otherwise. Society tells you that being alone is a weakness, that solitude is something to avoid. But what if I told you that solitude, true solitude, is the breeding ground of genius? I know what you're thinking, this goes against everything we've been taught. But think about it. When you're alone, truly alone, with just your thoughts and your ambitions, something profound happens. Distractions fade. Expectations vanish. And in that silence, your mind sharpens. It begins to work at a higher level, seeing connections that no one else sees, building solutions that no team could ever dream of. The truth is, in the age of hyperconnectivity, where everyone's opinions are just a click away, being alone is not a disadvantage, it's your secret weapon. While others are getting lost in the noise of the crowd, you have the unique opportunity to hone your vision, to stay focused when everyone else is distracted, and to craft a path that is uniquely your own. You see, solitude forces you to face yourself. It strips away the crutches of validation, the safety net of groupthink, and it places the responsibility for your success entirely on your shoulders. There is no one to blame. There is no one to save you. And that's precisely why it's so powerful. Because when you emerge victorious from that solitude, when you create something monumental on your own, the victory is undeniably yours. This isn't about isolation or shutting yourself off from the world. It's about harnessing the incredible power of being alone, about embracing solitude as the ultimate incubator for your ideas, for your resilience, and for your success. It's about realizing that your greatest breakthroughs won't come from the crowd, but from the moments when you dare to stand alone. So, the next time someone tells you that success is a team sport, remember this: the world's greatest victories weren't born in boardrooms or committees. They were born in the quiet, in the stillness, in the solitude of a single mind, driven, relentless, and invincible. Let me share with you a belief that, if you embrace it, will change the way you approach everything in life. You don't need anyone's approval to succeed. Not your friends, not your family, not society, no one. The only validation that matters is your own, and the moment you internalize this truth is the moment you become unstoppable. Think about how much of your life has been spent seeking approval. From the grades you got in school to the praise you craved at work, so much of what you do has been shaped by the opinions of others. But here's the harsh reality: those opinions don't matter. In fact, they're the very chains holding you back from achieving the greatness you're capable of. You see, people love to impose their limitations on others. When you share your ambitions, your dreams, your goals, what's the first thing most people do? They doubt. They question. They tell you to be realistic. It's as if society is terrified of anyone who dares to dream beyond the status quo. But why should you let the smallness of someone else's vision dictate the vastness of your own? This is where the shift happens. When you stop looking to others for validation, you unlock a freedom that most people will never experience. You stop waiting for permission to pursue your dreams. You stop playing small to make others comfortable. Instead, you start living for yourself, and that's when everything changes. Now, don't misunderstand me. This isn't about arrogance. It's not about disregarding feedback or rejecting wisdom. It's about understanding that, at the end of the day, the only person who truly knows what you are capable of is you. The truth is, no one else can see the fire burning inside you. They can't feel your hunger, your passion, your drive. Only you know what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to endure, and how far you're willing to go to make your vision a reality. And when you stop relying on external validation, something incredible happens. You start trusting yourself more. You begin to make decisions from a place of inner strength rather than from fear of judgment. You start to act with confidence, not because others believe in you, but because you believe in you. And that, my friend, is the most powerful force on earth. History's most successful people didn't wait for others to give them the green light. They didn't wait for society's approval to pursue their dreams. They made their own path. They trusted their instincts even when the world told them they were crazy, even when no one else could see the vision they held in their mind. Steve Jobs didn't ask for permission to reinvent the way we interact with technology. He didn't wait for people to agree with his vision before he created Apple. He moved forward, relentlessly, trusting in his own ability to turn his dreams into reality. And that's what you need to do. You don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone's permission. You have everything you need right now, within you, to start moving towards success. The only question is, will you have the courage to believe in yourself when no one else does? This belief is not just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. It's waking up every day and deciding that you're going to live life on your terms. It's having the guts to follow your gut, to pursue your dreams, and to keep going even when the world is telling you to stop. And that's what makes you invincible. Here's a bold truth that most people won't tell you: failure is the fastest path to success. I know that sounds completely backwards. We're taught to fear failure, to avoid it at all costs, and to see it as the ultimate defeat. But what if that's the very reason so many people never reach their full potential? What if avoiding failure is the exact thing that's holding you back from achieving greatness? Here's the thing: success is not about getting everything right the first time. It's not about having a perfect track record or a flawless journey. In fact, the people who succeed the most are the ones who fail the hardest. Why? Because failure teaches you things that success never will. When you fail, you're forced to confront your weaknesses. You have no choice but to learn from your mistakes, adapt, and grow. Every failure strips away what's unnecessary and sharpens what's essential. It's in these moments of defeat that your character is truly built. Failure is not a roadblock, it's a shortcut to success. Because with every misstep, you're moving closer to mastery. You're gaining insights that the perfect path could never offer. Look at some of the most successful people in the world. They are not the ones who avoided failure. They're the ones who embraced it. Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Do you think he would have invented the light bulb if he was afraid to fail? Absolutely not. His success came because he was willing to fail more than anyone else. Here's the counterintuitive truth: the more you fail, the faster you'll succeed. While others are tiptoeing through life, trying to avoid mistakes, you can be blazing ahead, learning from every setback, and getting stronger with every fall. In fact, each failure is a sign that you're taking risks, pushing boundaries, and doing the things most people are too afraid to do. The world rewards those who are willing to take risks, and every risk comes with the possibility of failure. But that's the point. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. You're not pushing your limits, and you're not growing. People who succeed at the highest levels know this secret: failure is not the enemy, it's the ally that propels them forward. But here's the catch: most people are terrified of failure. They see it as a personal reflection of their worth, as something to be ashamed of. This fear paralyzes them, keeps them playing small, and robs them of their potential. The truth is, failure only becomes defeat when you let it. If you get back up, if you take the lesson and move forward, failure becomes fuel. It becomes the very thing that accelerates your journey. Imagine if every time you failed, you saw it not as a setback but as a stepping stone. Imagine if you were grateful for your failures because you knew they were bringing you closer to your goal. This mindset shift is what separates the average from the extraordinary. It's what allows people to keep going when others quit, to see opportunity where others see disaster, and to succeed where others fail. The reason this truth is so powerful is because it frees you from the fear of trying. When you embrace failure as a necessary part of the journey, you no longer dread it. You no longer avoid risks. Instead, you start to welcome the challenges, because you know that every time you fall, you're getting closer to the breakthrough that will change everything. So, the next time you find yourself faced with failure, remember this: it's not the end. It's a sign that you're on the right path. It's proof that you're daring to do something extraordinary. And the faster you fail, the faster you'll succeed. Before continuing, I invite you to click on the first comment. It will help you a lot. What if I told you that success isn't as far off as you think? that the life you've been dreaming of, the goals you've been chasing, they're not years away, but much closer than you've ever imagined. The key is understanding one simple truth: success loves speed. We live in a world where people have been conditioned to believe that success is a slow process. Be patient, they say. Success takes time. But what if I told you that's just another myth designed to keep you playing small? What if you could start seeing real, tangible results immediately? Here's how: small, rapid actions. You don't need to wait months or years to see progress. You can start moving the needle right now. And the beauty of it is, these actions don't have to be massive. In fact, the biggest mistake people make is thinking they need to make some giant leap to get closer to their goals. But the reality is, momentum comes from consistent, small wins. And the best part? These small wins start adding up faster than you think. Think about it like this: success doesn't happen in one grand event. It's not one huge breakthrough. It's the result of tiny, consistent actions, repeated every single day. Every phone call you make, every page you write, every decision you take, they're all building towards something bigger. And when you focus on these small, achievable actions, something incredible happens. You start to see results, fast. The reason this works is simple: speed breeds confidence. When you start seeing progress, even if it's small, your confidence skyrockets. And confidence is the fuel that powers your success. When you're confident, you take more action. And when you take more action, you see more results. It's a cycle, and once you get it started, it's nearly impossible to stop. Now, here's the secret to unlocking these rapid rewards: stop overthinking, and start doing. Too many people get stuck in analysis paralysis. They spend hours, days, even months planning and strategizing, waiting for the perfect moment to take action. But here's the truth: the perfect moment doesn't exist. The only moment you have is right now. And if you take action in this moment, no matter how small, you've already separated yourself from the majority of people who are still waiting, still planning. Remember, speed doesn't mean recklessness. It means acting on your ideas as soon as they come to you, rather than letting them sit and gather dust. It means seizing opportunities as soon as they arise, not waiting for someone else to give you the green light. It means taking that first step, even when you're not sure where it will lead, because the momentum you build from that one step will carry you further than any amount of planning ever could. Here's the best part: the rewards of this approach come faster than you expect. Within days, you'll start to feel the shift. You'll see the emails get answered, the doors start to open, the opportunities start to appear. This isn't magic, it's the result of your focused, rapid actions compounding over time. The world rewards those who move with urgency, who aren't afraid to act before everything is perfect. And it's not just about seeing results in your external world. The internal transformation is just as important. When you move fast, when you take consistent action, you begin to shift how you see yourself. You're no longer someone who waits, who hesitates. You become someone who makes things happen. Someone who turns ideas into reality. And that shift in identity is priceless. Imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing that today, you're going to take one small action that will bring you closer to your dream. And then imagine doing it again the next day, and the day after that. Imagine the momentum you'll build, the confidence you'll gain, the opportunities that will start to flow your way. You don't need to wait years to feel successful. You can start seeing the rewards of your actions right now. The path to success is not some distant, far-off journey. It's happening every day, in every decision you make. And the faster you move, the faster you'll start to see the rewards. All it takes is that first step, and the willingness to move quickly, to act decisively, and to trust that success, real success, is just around the corner. What if there's a part of you that you've never met? A version of yourself that's stronger, smarter, and more capable than you ever thought possible? And what if I told you that this version of you is just waiting to be unlocked? Think about it for a second. What if the key to unlocking your greatest potential is not something external, not a skill you need to learn or a tool you need to buy, but something that's already inside you, hidden, waiting to be discovered? That version of you that's fearless, unstoppable, invincible, it exists. And the moment you discover how to unlock it, everything in your life will change. Now, you might be wondering, how do I meet this hidden version of myself? How do I access this untapped potential? The answer lies in one simple truth: you don't know what you're capable of until you push yourself beyond your current limits. Let's be honest, most people live their entire lives in a comfort zone. They play it safe, avoiding risks, avoiding failure, sticking to what they know. And in doing so, they never get to meet this powerful, hidden version of themselves. But here's the twist: the only way to meet that version of you is to step out of the comfort zone and into the unknown. That's where your true potential lies. And here's where it gets even more interesting. The real you, the version of yourself you've never met, isn't just a little bit better than who you are today. It's radically different. It's a version of you that doesn't hesitate, doesn't second guess, and doesn't back down. Imagine being so in tune with your strengths, so confident in your abilities, that you can take on challenges that used to intimidate you, and you can thrive in situations that used to make you nervous. Now, I know this sounds almost too good to be true. But I want you to imagine this scenario. Imagine being thrown into a situation that seems impossible. Maybe it's a project at work that you've never attempted before, or a physical challenge that seems beyond your capabilities. At first, it's terrifying, right? But as you step into that challenge, as you push yourself beyond what you thought you could handle, something incredible happens. You start to realize that you're far more capable than you ever gave yourself credit for. You start to tap into strengths you didn't know you had, and that's when you meet this hidden version of yourself. This is the secret that high achievers, top athletes, and successful entrepreneurs all know: you have to create the conditions for growth. You can't wait for it to come to you. You have to actively seek out situations that will force you to evolve. And in those moments of discomfort, of uncertainty, that's when you start to unlock your full potential. Curiosity is the bridge that takes you there. It's the burning question inside you that asks, what if I'm capable of more? It's that little voice that wonders, what could I achieve if I really pushed myself? That curiosity is what drives you to explore new opportunities, to take risks, to dive into the unknown, and that's where the magic happens. Here's the fascinating part: the version of you that's waiting to be unlocked isn't necessarily a smarter, stronger, or more skilled version of who you are today. It's a version of you that's braver. It's the you that shows up when you decide to confront your fears head-on, the you that emerges when you push past your perceived limits and discover that they weren't limits at all, just illusions. The real question is, are you willing to meet this version of yourself? Are you willing to step out of your comfort zone and into the unknown to discover what you're truly made of? Because here's the truth: most people never do. Most people are content living life in the safety of the known, never venturing into the territory where real growth happens. But you're different. You've always had that spark of curiosity, that desire to see just how far you can go. So, what if today is the day you decide to finally meet the real you? The you that's been waiting in the wings, ready to take on the world? What if the moment you've been waiting for isn't some distant future, but right now? All it takes is a decision. A decision to stop playing small, to stop hiding from your potential, and to start embracing the challenges that will bring out the very best in you. Because here's the ultimate truth: you are more powerful than you know. You have strengths you've never tapped into, abilities you've never tested, and potential that's been lying dormant inside you, just waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. The only question left is, when will you decide to meet that version of yourself?